So good evening. Thank you so much for being here. We want to welcome you to our annual event here. My name is Linsey Davis-Roberts. I am a proud board member of America Needs You. And I'll just give you an idea of the biggest motivating factor for me, and that was the number 11. When I found out that of first-generation college students, only 11% of them graduate from college. Just 11%. Just to put that number in perspective for you, I'm a news person, so the most recent presidential poll suggests that the Libertarian candidate Gary Johnson has 11% of the vote. With 11, yeah, go Gary Johnson. So with 11%, sadly, he'll never succeed, he'll never win. 11% is just not enough. It's not enough, right? If you get 11% of the vote, you won't win. And so, enter America Needs You. That 11% jumps to 96%. So those first-generation college students who become a part of this organization, 96% of them go on to graduate from college. Yes, yeah, you can applaud that. And that statistic might help explain why last year America Needs You was a recipient of the New York Community Trust Nonprofit Excellence Award. We're the youngest nonprofit in that organization's history to receive the award. Last year, we had already started in New York and New Jersey, but we expanded also to Chicago, Illinois. This year, our outreach expanded to California. We have more students this year than ever before in our history. So to our fellows who are in the room, I say to you, America needs you to graduate. America needs you to defy the data, to slay the statistics, and if I can borrow from James Dean, America needs you to dream as if you're going to live forever. And to the rest of the room, I say America needs you to be change makers, right? We need to change the narrative when it comes to first-generation college students and their rate of graduation. Quite often, making change does mean donating dollars. But we need the funds because while we want these students to be exceptional, we don't want them to be an exception, right? We want them to be exceptional, but we cannot allow them to be the exception. We have an expectation that our first-generation students are going to not only go to college, not only excel in college, they're going to graduate, they're going to go on to do good things, big things, and great things. Ronald Davis is my father. He's here tonight. His parents didn't go to college. They had to work. My mother's parents didn't go to college. They also had to work. But another thing that my maternal and paternal grandparents had in common is that they made education for their children a priority. Collectively, they had 7 children. All 7 of their children not only went to college, but graduated from college, and many of them went on to get advanced degrees. My dad went on to start from the ground up a very successful construction company, and he and my mother made it an expectation that my sister and I were going to go to college. There was never a conversation about it. There was never a question. It was just simply something that we were going to do. And that's what we're doing here collectively tonight, is committing to these students to say, we expect you not only to go to college, but to graduate. We not only give them the tools to do so, we give them the blueprint, and by the way, a hand to hold along the way. Beverly Johnson is also here tonight. She knows a thing or two about firsts. She is not only a first-generation college student, but she was also the first African-American woman to grace the cover of Vogue magazine. Yes. So thank you. And there's a lesson for all of us in that. That quite often when you're the first at something and you excel, there's a good chance you're going to make history. And so let us make history tonight by making change. Let us make sure and ensure that more students graduate from college, so that if perhaps they don't have it at home, we can be the support group, we can be that extended family that makes it an expectation. Without any further ado, allow me to introduce to you the chairman of our board, the man who walks softly but carries a big impact, Mr. Aditya Sanghvi.